Welcome to Studio Thor. Today we're diving deep into the art of diorama building. In this episode, we're creating a scene that goes beyond the ordinary. A heartwarming portrayal of an unlikely friendship between a shark pup and an octopus. Before we begin, if you enjoy this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. I start the diorama the way I start any diorama. I lay down some homemade texture paste and build up the general form of the rocky outcrop. I then create an overhang for the two minis to sit on. I use crack filler to fill in any large gaps in the diorama. I prime the diorama with grey spray paint. This is just to see its form at this point. I decide to extend the rock to the edge of the frame. This is to give the impression that the diorama carries on out of the little scene that we've created. I then use a Dremel to sand down this section so it falls flush with the frame. Here you can see it's much straighter. Another prime. I then apply some small rocks and sand to the top of the base. I use the airbrush to spray on a dark purple. I then do a zenithal highlight with the light grey colour. I bring back some of the purple shadows, just so that we have as much contrast as possible for the next step. I use some brown contrast paint on some of the rocks. We then move on to an oil wash. I use artist spirits and oil paint to create 3 different colored washes and put that all over the mini. I then move on to layering with some acrylic paint. I layer up from a dark blue all the way up to a sandy color. I could have left it at the oil wash stage, but I love the natural texture you get from the brush. I do some dark green at the base of the rocks to imply some algae growing. Highlighting with a few specks of much brighter green. I now move on to the ocean floor. I start with the dark purple and move on to turquoise and slowly build up brighter and brighter highlights. I then use a blue contrast paint. I now use a brown contrast paint on the rocks. We now move on to the shark pup. I use the same layering technique as I did on the rocks, starting with a dark blue and moving up to a much brighter blue. I then use a blue contrast paint to consolidate all of those layers. We now move on to the diving helmet of the little octopus. I start with a dark metallic color and will slowly build up to a bright gold. and move on to his little tentacles. I then use a pinky color on the shark's lips. I then prepare the base for the resin pour. I'm using 2-part resin for this pour. With some drops of speed paint to make the resin an oceany color. I use some excess resin just to dab onto the rocks at the base. This is so that they get a nice glossy finish. After about a day of curing, I can peel off the plastic card to reveal our beautiful resin pour. I scrape off any excess resin. Sand it smooth. I then use some Vallejo water texture to add some small waves. I scrape the back edge of each wave, pulling it away from the front. I then blend the water texture. This is after about 2 days of drying. I then bring back some of the highlights on the rocks with a bright brown color. I use foam board to finish off the edges of the diorama. I then add some miniature plants, grass and flowers to the rocks. I then use Vallejo snow texture to add some foam to the waves. And now for the finished product. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and liking the video. Until next time.